think of a lemon, what happens to the mouth? You think of porn, what happens to the body? You think of a memory from the past which was horrible, what happens to the body? That means your body is a unit of mind. If you're working with the body without involving the mind, there is disparity. There is a continuous disparity. So when you are accessing your thoughts, what thoughts are these? Are they from the past, or are they creating a future that you want? Because anyhow, these thoughts are churning. These thoughts are constantly churning. So when you are genetically knocking these doors, you are neurologically running a circuit with or without your conscious awareness. And whatever you're thinking about, you are wiring, firing some neurons, and these neurons are genetically creating a state, hormones, which in turn creates what it creates, and that's how the body is created. So when you think about yourself, what do you think about yourself? When you think about yourself, who do you think about yourself? This definition or this identity creates the body. Now, what are these definitions, right? These are definitions of identity, definitions of capability, definitions of possibility, definitions of the environment, definitions of time. So people say, well, when I was younger, I could do it. But people say, well, if this was Singapore, I could do it. It's on environment. One was on time. They say, well, I can't do it, but Mohammed Wasif can do it. It's capability. Well, this is not going to be possible. It's on possibility. So what do you think creates the body? The body is your constant. What regulates this body first? The breath. This breath. And what is regulating this breath? Your thoughts. So if you think of the past, what are you thinking of the past? And as you access these informations of hurt, of trauma, of impact, of breakup, of grief, of whatever, this information that you're accessing, the first point of contact is your breath. As you breathe, you start changing certain things in your system. The cortisol is released, or something else is released, or something else is suppressed. Now, based on that, your physiology changes. Based on that, your neurobiology changes. And based on that, your behavior changes. So it's pointless if you correct the behavior without correcting the state. What is state? State is breath. What if inside you're feeling agitated and frustrated and angry, but on the outside you're doing customer service, hello sir, and inside you're saying Saleh, you know? If you're not working with the state, if you're not working with the breath, if you're not working with the inner neurology, you can't fix the body. And what's the first thing you fix when you think of the body? The first thing you fix is the thought. Because this body is only a unit of this mind. And what is mind? Mind is nothing but the brain in action. What is this mind? This mind is nothing but, and what is this brain in action? This brain in action is series of thoughts. Dar, 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 dar thoughts. 1, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. So what are the thoughts that keeps coming up for you? So your personal reality is about this information, that this is who I am. This is what I can do. This is what has happened to me. And as you reiterate and narrate this thought, this personal reality, as you repeat this personal reality, it becomes a part of your personality. And now you don't even know you're running this tape without permission because it's just running. Somebody will say, let's go for a dance, and you even without thinking say, well, I can't dance. It's a belief on capability. And how do you feel when you say you cannot something? How do you feel when you say it's not possible? How do you feel when you say that they can, I can't? How do you feel when you feel that I can't do this because of my past hurt, because my parents didn't give this to me, because of an impact that happened, because of an abuse, because of a trauma? It's not hereditary that changes your biology, it's thought. You have picked up research papers and you know that the brain cells can change in as less as 4 days. The beginning of change happens in as less as 4 days, depending on the intensity of the damage that you've had on the body. So, well, remission is truth. The change in biology is truth. It's not whether it is possible, it is whether you think and believe it is possible. And that is why sometimes people from stage 3 comes back, and that is why sometimes people from stage 1 also collapses. They collapse because they feel I'm helpless. They collapse because they feel I'm hopeless. They survive because they believe there is help. They survive because they believe there is hope. What do you believe? Our body can heal itself provided we get out of the way. You know, I was counseling someone at 25 and they had a breakup. And she said, so what? It's okay, life is cool. And after 8 years, she had another breakup and now she's doubting whether she'll ever get into a relationship. And I asked her, how do you feel? And she started palpitating. She's saying, I get these flashes. I get something that's happened to me. Now, what is happening because of these impacts in life? What is happening because of these events in life? What is really happening? We relive these events constantly. The problem with reliving this event is we are creating these thoughts, we are having an imagery, we are having taste and texture to this imagery. The mind is playing this on loop. When the mind is playing this on loop, the body suffers. The body suffers in the present because the mind travels time and goes in the past. And therefore, neurologically, you have a limited circuit. And because you're playing that on the screen, you are suffering a reality. When your body is trapped in a limited reality, it cannot create more. And if you want your body to be a contribution to your life, if you want to heal your life, if you want to create more, you have to give more for the body to be flexible, agile. And the way you can do it is by getting out of the way. And when you begin to do that, you begin to free your immune system to do what it knows to do the best.